So here we will begin, as I said, with the microenvironment, okay? And as I said, marketing management's job is to build relationships with customers by creating customer value and satisfaction. So what is the aim of marketing management? The job of marketing management is to create customer value and satisfaction. So, but here the problem is that marketing managers cannot do this alone. So they need to interact with the other actors. As you can see here in this figure, we have the major actors in the marketer's micro environment. Okay, so marketing success requires building relationships with other company departments. Okay, when we say the marketing department, we cannot work by ourselves, so we need to interact with the other department of the company. Then we have the suppliers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, various publics, and customers, which combine this relationship will lead us to combine to make up the company's value delivery network. So this is what we call the company's value delivery network. Okay, so let's see now the relationship with every part of this microenvironment. The company's internal environment, functional areas such as top management, finance, and manufacturing. So here we have the internal environment inside the company. Here we talk about the functional area. For example, the top management, the finance, and manufacturing will interact with marketing to deliver better value to customers. Now let's define what is suppliers. Suppliers provide the resources needed to produce goods and services and are an important link in the value delivery system. Okay, this is a very important part in the microenvironment, the suppliers. Now, the marketing intermediaries. What is the job of marketing intermediaries is to help the company to promote, sell, and distribute its goods to final buyers. Then we have customers. And customers, we have 5 types of markets that purchase a company's goods and services. Here we will talk about those 5 types of markets in the next slides. Competitors, those who serve a target market with similar products and services against whom a company must gain strategic advantage. So why competitors are very important? Because the position of the company depends on it, okay? And company must gain this strategic advantage. Strategic advantage means something that the company have, but the other competitors doesn't have, okay? Now, publics, when we say publics, we talk about any group that perceives itself having an interest in the company's ability to achieve its objectives. Okay, so we defined the company's microenvironment. Let's begin with the company. Okay, so here we have so here when we design marketing plans, marketing management takes other company groups into account. Like for example, like when we said top management, finance, R&D, purchasing, operations, and accounting. Okay, so all of these interrelated company groups form the internal environment, the microenvironment inside the company. With marketing taking the lead, all departments from manufacturing and finance to legal and human resources share the responsibility for understanding customer needs and creating customer value. So as you can see here, the marketing takes the lead of all the other departments, okay? From manufacturing to finance to legal and human resources, Here we try to share the responsibility for understanding customer needs and creating customer value. Okay, so this is a big collaboration that is done inside the company. So we talk about the micro environment, the company, inside the company. Okay, so I think here I made it clear with the company. Let's go now to understand the suppliers. So the suppliers here provide the resources to produce goods and services, treat as partners to provide customer value. Okay, so the suppliers form an important link in the company's overall customer value delivery network. The supplier problems can seriously affect marketing. Okay, so that's why we need to watch supply availability and costs and so on. Okay, because supply shortages or delays, for example, labor strikes or natural disasters and other events can cost sales in the short run. And by the way, and the conclusion of this, we damage our customer satisfaction in the long run. So, for example, also rising supply costs may force price increases that can harm the company's sales volume. Okay, you can have a problem with sales volume when the supply costs rise. Okay, that's why it's really important to watch supply availability and cost, right? Okay. Well, now let's move on to the marketing intermediaries. So here, the marketing intermediaries are firms that help the company to promote, sell, and distribute its goods to final buyers. Okay, as we said, so marketing intermediaries help the company promote, sell, and distribute its products to final buyers. So they include resellers. They include also physical distribution firms, marketing services agencies, and financial intermediaries. Okay, so let's dig in this concept again. So here we have the marketing intermediary, as we said. We have here the resellers, the physical distribution firms, marketing services agencies, financial intermediaries. Okay, so the resellers are distribution channel firms that help the company find customers or make sales for them, to them. Okay, large and growing resellers organizations, such as, for example, we have here in Tunisia Carrefour and Géant, frequently have enough power to dictate terms or even shut smaller manufacturers out of large markets. So here, that's why it's really important to know our position with these resellers, okay? Physical distribution firms help the company stock and move goods from their points of origin to their destination, okay? Here, the physical distribution firms, the firms that help us to distribute our product, to move our product from the manufacturer to the shop where we can sell our product. Now, marketing services agencies are the marketing research firms, for example, or advertising agencies or media firms, and it could be marketing consultant firms. Okay, those agencies help the company target and promote its products to the right markets. Okay, now the financial intermediaries. The financial intermediaries include banks, credit companies, insurance companies, and other businesses that help finance transactions or insure against the risks associated with the buying and selling of goods. Okay, so like suppliers, marketing intermediaries form an important component of the company's overall value delivery network. Okay, and marketers recognize the importance of working with their intermediaries as partners rather than simply as channels through which they sell their product. Okay? Excuse me for this inconvenience. So let's go on with competitors now. Okay, now the competitors are firms. So firms must gain strategic advantage by positioning their offerings strongly against competitors' offerings in the mind of customers, okay, or consumers. So, um, so the marketing concept states that to be successful, the company must provide greater customer value and satisfaction than its competitors do. So you must have this in your mind in the future, maybe when you want to have your own firm or your own website to sell things to customers. The first thing that you have to think about is the competitors and how to be and to be successful, you have to provide greater customer value and satisfaction than its competitors do, than your competitors do. Okay, so marketers must gain strategic advantage by positioning their offerings strongly against competitors' offerings in the minds of consumers. So in the mind of consumer, here we have a position. You may ask yourself about specific product. When you say, for example, Apple products, you say that this is luxury and fancy product. And this position in your mind of the product is made by a specific strategy, a specific marketing strategy to have this position in the mind of our customers. So the first thing to do is to think about your competitor, to position yourself in this competition, and to position yourself as a better, as having the best product comparing to the other competitors, okay? And to have this position in the mind of your consumers. Now, let's talk about Publix now. So Publix is any group that has an actual or potential interest in or impact on an organization's ability to achieve its objectives. So here we talk about first financial publics. So financial publics, this group influences the company's ability to obtain funds. Okay, when we talk about media publics, this group carries new features and editorial opinions. And the government publics, the management must take government development into account. Okay? Now we have here the citizen action publics. A company's marketing decisions may be questioned by consumer organizations, environmental groups, minority groups, and others. Now, the local publics, this group includes neighborhood residents and community organizations. Okay. Now, the general public is a company. So here, when we talk about general public, we talk about that a company needs to be concerned about the general public's attitude toward its products and activities. Now, internal publics, this group includes workers, managers, volunteers, and the board of directors. Okay? So, a company can prepare marketing plans for these major publics as well as for its customer markets. Okay, so the company would have to design offers to these publics that are attractive enough to produce the desired response. Okay, when we want, for example, when we want the media publics talking about us in a positive way, we have to build a strategy to reach this target or this objective, okay, and to produce the desired response from the media publics, for example. Okay, great. Now let's talk about yes.
الانفسترز هم الفاينانشال public.
Investors. Let me give you some examples of this. For example, here the financial public, we talk about, for example, banks. Media publics, we have newspaper, okay? Governments, we have the regulations of the government. Citizen action is the consumer groups. Local, like for example, the neighborhood residents, and the general publics. And here, the internal, we talk here, for example, the employees, okay? So I made it clear for your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, let's move on now to customers. So customers, here we have, as we said, 5 kinds of customers or 5 types of customers. We have first the consumer markets. Consumer markets consists of individuals, okay? We have here you as for example, anybody could be, that is an individual is considered as consumer markets, okay? Now, business markets buy goods and services for further processing or use in their production processes. So here we are selling products to business that will transform or process or use it in their production process, okay? Reseller markets now buy goods and services to resell it at a profit, okay? I buy a product to sell it after that, okay? Government markets consists of government agencies that buy goods and services to produce public services or transfer the goods and services to others who need them, okay? So here, the government markets, here we talk about the government agencies, okay? Now, the international market consists of various buyers in other countries. Here we talk about buyers in another country. What that include consumers, producers, resellers, and government, okay? So why this classification? Because each market type has special characteristics that call for careful study by the seller. So when you sell something to the consumer market, you don't adapt or you don't have the same strategy as when you try to buy the same thing to business markets. You don't have the same message, you don't have the same communication, and so on. Okay? So you have to know and understand your customers and the type of your customer to build an effective strategy, an effective marketing strategy. Right. So this is a figure for the types of customer markets. We have the international markets, company, government, reseller, business markets, and consumer markets. Okay, so now the learning objective number 2. We will try to explain how changes in the demographic and economic environments affect marketing decision. Okay, so here I give you, let's say, for 3 minutes. Okay, and then because I'm having the time is up here, and I'll begin a new session. Okay, within 3 minutes, right?
Okay.
Okay. See.